Before we start, I want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to Mini Luxury. Here are 10 disgusting foods that are outrageously expensive. Number 10, the Cornish pineapple. Pineapples need hot weather to grow, which is why production is limited to tropical regions. However, the most expensive are grown in Cornwall, and the process is very stomach churning. They're placed in 4-inch thick horse manure for 2 years in heated greenhouses. And the other ingredients include being soaked in horse urine as the main growth and fattening booster before harvesting. They cost up to $10,000, making them the most expensive fruits in the world.
Direction: the alignment of the eyes is not.
Number 9, elephant dung beer. Beer brewing is a complicated process depending on the brewery, but the St. Gallen Brewery in Japan seem to have gone too far with these. The beer uses coffee beans as flavor. It is called unkono kuro in Japanese, which literally means poop. The beer's expensive nature draws back to the coffee beans that are harvested from elephant poop in Thailand. They allegedly cost $100 per 35 grams, making them the most expensive coffee beans in the world. They're harvested by digging through the poop before being rinsed and packaged for main business. A keg of the beer is even more expensive, costing $1,100.
They eat 150 kilos.
Number 8, Kasumarzu rotten cheese. This simply means rotten cheese, except one that it's meant to be eaten. It's a traditional Sardinian cheese made from sheep milk. It's preserved beyond the normal time in a dark room that allows flies to land on it and lay eggs, and by the time it's eaten, larvae are jumping all over it. However, the eaters, especially brides, are encouraged to eat it with the maggots as it allegedly boosts fertility. It's also very expensive, costing about $100 per pound.
Ne viene fuori questa crema che è piccante e buona.
Number 7, civet coffee. Civet coffee, or Kopi Luwak, is famously known as one of the most expensive coffees in the world. Costs about $80 per cup. The rareness of the coffee beans comes because you have to wait for civet to poop them. It's a tiresome, disgusting process, but the benefits are worth it. Civets are cat-like creatures with a body resembling a raccoon that feeds on reptiles, insects, and fruits. People in parts of Asia and Africa keep them in cages, feed them coffee beans, and harvest their partially digested beans to make coffee. Number 6, bird's nest soup. A mixture of bird poop and saliva may be stomach churning until you realize it makes a nice soup. A cave swiplet is a special bird that knows how to create its nest with saliva, and the bird mixes seaweed, grass, and feathers before bonding them nicely with its saliva to create a nest. After this brutal process, the birds have to wait for the saliva to dry, solidify, and then bond. Many people hunt for these nests to harvest the saliva, which is sold at premium to make soup. A bowl costs up to $100 in Chinatown in LA.
May help reduce the side effects of chemotherapy.
Number 5, fermented shark, Harkal. So shark may not be everyone's favorite seafood, but when you consider fermentation, it becomes even harder to try. The practice traces back to the Vikings, as Icelandic shark is poisonous if eaten raw. The fish is treated by being buried underground for 6 to 18 weeks, and the longer it's buried, the pricier it becomes. After the burial, it's hanged in the open for more weeks because it needs to be eaten later. The stench is so strong you may need stronger liquor otherwise to wash it down if you're eating it for the first time. Canned servings cost over $30 per 100 grams. Number 4, moose milk cheese. Moose are one of the most beautiful grazers in the northern hemisphere, although they're not the cleanest beasts. They forage to the dump and sometimes get infected, which is why they don't make the best meat or source of milk. However, many farmers in Iceland and Denmark choose to domesticate these beasts for their protein-rich milk. Customers have to wait for the end of mating season to groom a female during incubation before it can be milked after giving birth. The milking process is dangerous as the moose can get aggressive. It's one of the most expensive cheeses, costing over $500 per pound. Number 3, white truffles. Many people still don't understand the obsession with truffles, as they're considered one of the smelliest foods. On opening a container full of white truffles, the first smell that hits the owner is the stench of dirty socks. However, it's the most expensive in the world, with an 8-pound box estimated to cost over $20,000. There's black and white truffles, although the white ones, which are hunted by trained dogs in France, Italy, Spain, and parts of Belgium, are considered best. There has been an influx of cheap imports from China, but many people have since learned to differentiate from them. A few shavings of whichever version of truffles in the US on a plate of pasta will raise its cost to $100 in no time.
Reason. No matter the variety, the high demand and...
Number 2, Sanakaji, live octopus. Seafood lovers in South Korea feast on some dishes that many in North America and Europe might not be able to stomach. But this octopus can kill you. Octopus don't die simply because you cut off their heads. Their arms continue moving and gripping onto objects for up to 1 hour because each arm has its own neurons. This is frequently eaten by many adventurers who want to enjoy the chewy, slimy taste of a live octopus. It's prepared by cutting a young live octopus into small pieces and serving it within minutes. The wriggling arms can choke you to death if you don't chew them properly. A small bowl can cost you $30. Number 1. Fugu, pufferfish. Pufferfish is one of the greatest phenomenons to witness while in the water but not on your plate. It looks like an air-filled balloon with scales and teeth. However, it's a culinary delicacy in Japan and other Southeast Asian countries. The main concern is that it also is the second most poisonous fish in the world, one believed to take up to 50 people to the hospital in Japan every year. The fish carries a poison called tetrodotoxin in its liver, ovaries, and intestines, and the smallest contact with a human can lead to death. The preparation requires very experienced hands, and therefore the attraction to this culinary miracle is more of a thrill than the taste. One properly prepared meal of fugu costs up to 30,000 yen, which is nearly $300. But this brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.